Coach, congratulations again on winning the All-Star Conference Tournament Championship. A long weekend, so what were some of your thoughts from the entire experience?
Well, I thought it was the tournament was well run. It's a fun event going over there to Frisco and playing in that. It is, like you said, James, it's a long process. We were gone for 6 days, 5 nights. They put on a banquet, and there's 8 men's teams there, 8 women's teams there, so it's a long process, but it's a fun tournament. I think our guys really enjoyed themselves. We played well enough to win. I think we're going to have to play better to move on and advance because we've got some tough teams coming up here in the South Central Regional.
You guys won a really close game to win that tournament championship. What does it do for you going forward, having to win that close game, that 57-55, and you're going to face something similar to this? You have to think in the next few days, when you get them back here.
Yeah, it's always good to win. It's fun to win. You can always learn things. Whether you win or lose, you're gonna learn things. You're gonna take things from the game and work on different aspects of the game and try to improve your team. Individually, some players can work on some things, and then some team concepts we can work on as well. But a team like Texas A&M Commerce is not going to go away, and New Mexico Highlands is not going to go away. These teams are, you win 20 games in a season. That's really tough to do, and Highlands coming in here is going to be very, very, very tough. We'll get the scout on them going here today and tomorrow, and get ready for that game on Friday.
Go ahead. Being the #1 seed once again in the regional, just what's that say about this program, where it's at right now?
Yeah, I think it's a nice accomplishment for our players, our staff, to be able to host again. It's something that I didn't know if that was going to happen or not. St. Edwards is very good, and I think they only have 3 losses on the year, and Colorado Mines has 3 or 4 losses as well. So some very good teams out there. We did win the Lone Star. We won the Lone Star Conference tournament, so we had it over everybody in our conference. But there's outside factors. We haven't played Mines. We haven't played St. Edwards. So you got to get a little bit lucky to be able to host as well. But I give our guys a lot of credit. We've played well this year, well enough to be able to host again.
The last year, you guys certainly helped you guys when you got to host last year. You went to the Elite Eight, Final Four actually. And what do you remember from that experience being at home? How much do you think that's going to help you this year, having not having to travel with a crowd behind you? That's got to be.
Yeah, it's nice not to have to travel again. We traveled over to Frisco and got back late last night after winning the conference tournament, and so our guys are dragging a little bit, and we'll give them the day off today, and then we'll get back at it on Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday and get ready for Friday. But the experience will help. There's some guys that we have back: Ryan Quaid, Gotch, Jordan Collins, some of those guys that have played here in a regional. Eric Mosley played in the regional out in Colorado Mines, out in Golden. And so we have some seasoned players as well as some new guys that it's good to play in that conference tournament. Like you said, James, it gives a good experience. Going out to California was a great tournament experience for us as well early in the season. Going to Las Vegas, playing a couple MIAA teams and getting a couple wins out there, winning that tournament was a good experience for our younger guys. So hopefully all those experience will hopefully pay off. But this time of the year, you've got to be good. You got to get lucky. You got to maybe get a call here or there that goes your way, and you just never know. It's March Madness, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
What's the hardest part of coming into this stage of the season and trying to continue the success you had?
I think maybe one of the hardest things is everybody's coming after you, and we're kind of out there. We're not going to change a lot. We'll have a few little wrinkles and some things that we'll put in, but. We're just basically trying to fine-tune a lot of things, and we're not going to reinvent the wheel or anything like that. We just want to enjoy the moment, the music, and keep playing.
How awesome! It's not just you guys, but the women are also hosting. How awesome is this just for the community, just to have both?
You'd have to ask the community that one. I'd like to see all 8 men's teams here, to be very honest with you. I haven't seen St. Ed's play. It's a lot of fun to be able to see those teams play at 12 o'clock and 2:30. Now, with our women playing, that'll be a lot of fun too, to be able to watch them play. But as on the men's side, it's really fun to have all 8 teams here and to be able to see those teams and see who advances on. I think it's an advantage for St. Ed's to be hosting. It's an advantage. I'm not sure on the women's side. Is it Lubbock Christian?
Colorado Mesa.
Colorado Mesa is the 2 seed. So it's a big advantage for Colorado Mesa to be hosting out there. And if we would get beat or our women would get beat, then Mesa would be able to host on Tuesday. That's a huge advantage. A number 2 seed usually doesn't host a regional championship. Same thing for St. Ed's. If we would get beat and St. Ed's would win their 2 games, they would get to host. So that's a huge advantage for them. I'd much rather have St. Ed's up here right now on Saturday and Sunday. But again, big accomplishment for our women's team, so proud of them, and a big accomplishment. It's great for the community. I think if you ask community members, I think they're happy about it. I think if you ask the coaching staffs from both teams, they would like to see all 8 women's teams here, all 8 men's team here. But you know what? It's great to at least host the first 2 games. And hopefully, if we can win those first 2 games, host the 3rd game on Tuesday for both programs.
Your number 1 seed, you've got the reputation you had from last year. You kind of carry that around with you. Is that something you kind of enjoy, that target on your back, kind of like, hey, we're the ones to beat, and that's the guys kind of, you think, enjoy that a little bit?
I don't know if hopefully we don't have a reputation, or if we do, it's a good reputation. I knew some kids back in school that had some bad reputations, but it's one of those things where you have to have confidence. You have to live in the moment. It's something that we enjoy, but I don't know if there's so much a target on the back because everybody's good right now. I mean, Texas A&M Commerce is very good. Dallas Baptist, New Mexico Highlands just went on the road and won 3 games in a row. They're very good. And when you get to March, anything can happen. You see it all the time. South Dakota State, they were the number 1 seed. They lost to Western Illinois. And South Dakota State has one of the best kids in the country in Michael Dahm. And, he's an NBA player, and he probably won't go to the national tournament because they didn't win their conference tournament. But it's something that upsets happen. You try to avoid it as much as possible. You want to get out there. You just do your best you can, and whatever happens, happens.
And then the last thing I'm going to ask about is Brandon Hall, the MVP of the tournament, and what he did in that game, something spectacular. So what's your thoughts on his play?
Yeah, Brandon's been phenomenal all year, and he's a kid that can really create his own shot. He can get it going, and we struggled without him. I think we were 1 of 19 from the 3. Without him, he was 6 of 8, and so I think we shot 27 threes on Saturday, made 16, and then on Sunday we shot 27 again and made 7. And so it was, Brandon, great leadership. He's a guy that probably could have forced more shots this year and taken some bad shots. I don't think he's done that at all. Again, he plays great defense as well. He's someone that is a 2-way player. He is a guy that we are very lucky to have on this team. I think he is really excited about the opportunity to host and to continue his college career.